Good afternoon on what is a cold, grey, dreary day. It is post Grogmeet 2023, and I'm home from Manchester. Probably haven't brought the weather with me because it is raining. I don't know whether you can hear that, but I'm in the Reed Nook with a nice hot cup of tea. Oh, indeed. Had a great day yesterday, meeting friends, playing a couple of good games. One of ElfQuest, which was a lot of fun, and then a really good investigation in the morning of Rivers of London from Cosium. And of course, I have come back with things to talk about and read and review. So this is another unbagging in the Nook. So let's start off with this package, courtesy of Fee and Paul at All Rolled Up. Typically each year they get a package of things for free RPG Day, and will do their own events. Now I was not able to attend free RPG Day this year, and I was not able to get all of the items available for the day back in June, because every year I go through and I review them afterwards and say, are they any good? Is it worth your time looking at these and so on? And they form sort of like a backbone of my smaller reviews throughout the summer. Now, I didn't have that opportunity this year because or at least I didn't have all of that opportunity because I wasn't able to obtain some of the titles. So, this bag, I have numerous ones in here which I didn't have. So, Hecking Dog, Good Doggos, which is an adventure with good dogs. Heist at the Museum, a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure from Loke Battle Mats. They've already done an unboxing and a review of the Loke maps, but as you can see, they're replicated here for use in a raid on a museum. I have the Dragonbane Quick Start, which is a Swedish, basically the update of a Swedish role-playing game. Basically one of the oldest Swedish fantasy role-playing games, updated, republished by Free League Publishing. Animal Adventures, Apocalypse Meow, Adventures of the Furrow. See, Apocalypse Meow. I've had a look at some of the content for Animal Adventures from Steam Forged Games, and I really like them. It's really nicely done. The artwork is excellent. See if there's anything in here just to show you just how good. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Fantastic shot, image of an otter sat in a chair reading. That's adorable. And the artwork like that is good throughout. Now, Adventures in Rikugan, I have already looked at. This has replaced my copy, which was torn on the front, and it's an interesting kind of encounter for the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition version of Legends of the Five Rings, published by Edge Studio. We have A Taste of the Moon. This is going to be from Renegade Studios. It's for the World of Darkness. It's a vampire, the Masquerade scenario, and again, along with the scenario for the sort of like the Transformers, GI Joe, Power Rangers setting, set of books, actually marks a really good contribution to Free RPG Day by Renegade Studios, as opposed to last year, which wasn't. And lastly, I have Root Hacksaw Dell Quick Start, which is the quick start for Root this year from Magpie Games. Magpie Games every year they support their Free RPG Day. They have done so the last sort of like 4 years or so, I think 3 or 4 years, with another new quick start for Root, the role-playing game. And the fantastic thing about that is, if you're playing Root, okay, you can just go and download another scenario, and this is it. It's a complete clearing, a setting for which you can get your characters involved and find a solution for the numerous problems in this clearing. And that's all free. So all this will go in with a mix of my other Free RPG Day reviews and scenarios that I've got for 2023. I will be doing individual unboxing of these as I can, because of course now, as the saying goes, winter draws on, missus. And I'm not allowed to say that on the BBC, at least not from the 50s, because it's full of innuendo, and was one of the banned phrases. Always wanted to say it, and so yeah. But what I'm meaning to say is the weather is getting wetter and damper and darker, so it reduces the amount of time I can get out and do unboxing videos. Anyway, back to that nice hot cup of tea. And what else do I have in here? Nothing in that bag. And I've got this here, which is the final, almost the final thing. I have the scenario Deadlight, which is being part. I'm basically acting as a courier for this, passing that on to someone at Grogmeet, which will be the next convention I'm at in 3 weeks' time, beginning of December. Really great social meetup at the end of the year, and catch up with sort of like what's available from various publishers and so on. So I've got a copy of the new version of Twilight 2000 from Free League Publishing. Of course, it's not new now. It's been out sort of like a couple of years. I haven't reviewed it for really a very good reason, and that is because of the conflict in Ukraine. It's kept me from going. I don't think it's appropriate for me to review it. It would look like I was taking advantage of the situation, which, to be honest, would not be true, but it would certainly look like it. So now it's a little bit later on. I think I can look at it with, basically, I can look at it and not be so heavily influenced by events or people thinking that I'm trying to take advantage of events, as it were. And now I've not played the setting, but I'm familiar with it. But I have played the setting now because I've played it at Owlbear and Wizard Staff, where Dirt the Dice of the podcast The Grognard Files, of course, who together with Blythe organises Grogmeet, ran one of the first post-apocalyptic settings, the Morrow Project, with it. And it, both work together quite well. So what else have I got in here? Let's have a look. Not much this year. I honestly didn't buy a great deal in terms of content. I picked this lot up sort of like, just away. So I have No Salvation for Witches, which is a scenario for Lamentations of the Flame Princess. Came out in 2014. And I'd sort of forgotten it, so when it became available, I had a quick look to see, have I reviewed it? And I'm always doing that. Is that something that I missed? Is it something interesting I could review now? And at the time, I thought yes, but hey, there's a really good reason why I had not reviewed it, and I will show you in the credits page. There we go. So. The likelihood is, not only have I bought a book that I've already got, I bought a book that I would have I worked on, okay, and then would have been sent a copy by the publisher, because that's what normally happens, and then I forgot about it. How ridiculous is that? Next, I have 2 issues of Weird Science. So issue 0, technically issue 0 for this, the first issue of this issue 0, and then it's sort of like the basic version. It's done up as sort of like the colours of the basic Dungeons and Dragons box set, the Beckme version, because the next one is in Expert box set blue. I've got these. I've already reviewed these, and they're really good magazines about gaming and gaming culture, especially in the UK, but it does cover sort of like the broader spectrum. It's not specifically tied to the UK. If you've not read these, either of these, then I believe currently they are available to download for free from Drive-Thru RPG. The PDFs, worth it, they're a good read. And lastly, I have 4 Against Darkness, a solitaire dungeon delving pen and paper game. We wanted to look at this, and a copy came up along with the Courtship of the Flower Demons, which is a scenario for it. So I will be looking at these in due course. So, I mean, the other thing I was at, I did go into Fanboy 3 there. That's one of the venues for Grogmeet. Typically, I didn't buy anything. Wasn't anything I particularly wanted to buy. I mean, not because I wanted to carry it. Didn't ever necessarily wait to carry it, but it wasn't anything that I wanted to buy that I didn't already have, or essentially, I was particularly interested in reviewing at that point. And that's just me, because I do have a lot of gaming content to review and talk about, whether it's doing the unboxings or it's doing the videos, the unboxing videos or the actual reviews. And if you're wondering about this, let me just show you this. It's an advent calendar, but it's a dice advent calendar, and absolutely, I'm just you're going to be hearing more about this when it comes to Advent next month, of course, because I will be opening this. And that's just a thing. It's going to be ridiculous. I don't need any new dice. I certainly don't need an Advent calendar, but I'm going to do it anyway. Nevertheless, by the way, Grogmeet itself takes place in Manchester in basically the early part of November each year. Essentially it's a 2-day event taking place sort of like Friday through to Sunday. The big event is on Saturday, and that's when I typically attend with my friend Neve, and it's a big meetup for everyone who is fans of the Grognard Files podcast and who know each other from conventions up and down the country. And the great thing about it is it's sort of like going. I've met people whom I've not, I didn't know before I went for the first time, and we've seen them again, and we're sort of like, we're all pleased to see each other. We sort of become friends, catch up with each other, see how each other are, and that goes on from one convention to another. But it's a really friendly, welcoming convention where we just get together, chat, and play games. We have some great referees, some great games. There are too many games on there to really talk about them. Yes, Friday there was a whole raft of games taken from based on scenarios from White Dwarf and Imagine back in the early 80s, which is entirely in keeping with the subject matter for the Grognard Files as it started, because that's when the hosts Dirk and Blythe started, and which many of the Grognard Files fans will be familiar, because that's when they started gaming. It's a really great convention, and many of the same people attend other conventions up and down the country, so there's a lot of familiarity between friends and so on. And a lot of them will be at Dragmeet next, which is the next one I will be at. So yeah, thanks for watching another Unbagging in the Nook, where you will and of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be left to get more, typically unboxings in the Nook, because invariably I only do unbaggings when I've come back from a convention. So typically you'll see me with a box from which I will unbox, a book or game, role-playing game, supplement, and so on, or even in that case some dice, and talk about it to the best extent of my knowledge. Don't think I'm going to get away with talking about a single die for one whole 10 minutes. All, of course, accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Yep. Then please do subscribe. Click the subscribe button down below. So, thanks to Dirk and Blythe for once again organising another great Grogmeet. Thanks to all the GMs who ran great games. Thanks to all the players who made the games such fun. In particular, All Out Steve's ElfQuest game was great, and he let us run with our ideas and attempt to turn them into play. They didn't always work, but Jim, Neve, and Roy were great. Really enjoyed that. And, look forward to next year's Grogmeet. Anyway, thanks again for watching. I will be back again soon, literally tomorrow, with another unboxing in the Nook. Bye for now.